Hello again, my name is Sandra and when I'm back with more business news. Now, after the 2018 State of the Nation address, there were renewed hopes in the country's economy. Now, several promises were actually made to restore the faith of Ghanaians in the economy. A year on, the president will be returning to Parliament with a new State of the Nation address. But what are your expectations? But first of all, I asked our in-house research and analyst Philip Namfuri on the faith of workers and receivers of different banks.
It's important that, yes, they deal with these workers, but like I said, if it's in the line of how the receivers are doing this settlements of the various people that the collapsed banks owe and have obligations to, and the workers come at a certain part, then obviously others will have to be settled first. And you know this is a sale of some assets and stuff like that. So it's going to take some time to receive the cash itself to deal with these workers.
Now, we also know that the president said that they were going to issue some bond to be able to settle the costs incurred during the banking sector cleanup. Can we say on authority that that has also been done?
I won't speak on authority, but I will fall on what was put in the 2019 budget and from what discussions have gone around this. We've seen that this banking sector has pushed our debt up significantly to about 11 billion Ghana cedis. And remember with the Consolidated Bank Ghana issue, people go there for their deposits and then their issues. Why? Because the bond that was issued is just paper, showing that you have something to your name. The cash actually wasn't available yet to a bank like Consolidated Bank. But from what I gather, some has been made available to them to help with their running of operations. So I'm sure as it goes on, you know, it costs a lot. 11 billion Ghana cedis is a whole lot of money. So you shouldn't see that just immediately being pumped into an institution. Process proceed. It takes time. Very frustrating, but it will take time. Because, you know, right now, Consolidated Bank has the 5 banks plus the 2 that is the premium and heritage that has been added to it. So if you see that over a course of time, these bonds will be converted to cash and then make their operations smooth and efficient.
I see. Now, let's tease out what the president will be talking about tomorrow. We obviously don't know what he will be speaking about, but one typical issue that Ghanaians will want him to address is the depreciation of the cedi. And from the last quarter of 2018 till now, we understand the cedi has depreciated by 4%. That's quite a lot. And so we've done all these things, medium term, short term, pumping in money. That hasn't really materialized. So what should the president be doing differently, and which approach should government be taken?
Well, Sandra, the issue of currencies is very important. 2 angles here, the fiscal angle and the monetary angle. Monetary comes from Bank of Ghana. They are the managers of currency, be it local or domestic. Fiscal comes from government's operations, and let me explain. So, you know, there are 3 main line items on the budget that consume 99% of our revenue, one being interest payments. And most of these interest payments are foreign denominated debt. So what happens? The government is also going to take dollars to service its loans. Then we have exporters, importers also using it. Then other businesses also depending on it. So we've had this discussion back and forth. There's a structural issue when it comes to the currency because we are not doing enough to bring in what we need in terms of foreign currency. And we are doing a lot that's taking it out there. And so that mismatch will obviously lead to depreciation. That's one part of the argument. The monetary comes from Bank of Ghana's part. Recently, they cut the monetary policy rate by 100 basis points. Some have argued that this should have been delayed because of the effect it will have on it. Another angle we need to explore is what's happening in other countries. We are subject to the monetary policy decisions of other governments, such as the U.S. So if the U.S. is on a rate hiking path, now the rate hiking path, according to analysts I have viewed on television, is supposed to stay for a while. But if they start increasing that rate, then it means that the dollar is getting stronger, and then we are going to suffer the effect. So it can be the effects of geopolitics somewhere else, and other things from other monetary committees of other.
So how do we deal with the structural issues you're talking about?
So this is long term, add value to exports, etc. Things we've been learning in social studies from JSS and back in the day. But it's not easily done like that. What Bank of Ghana needs to do now is to manage the situation, ensure that there is enough on the market to meet it. And at the same time, we usually rely on the cocoa board syndicated loan. And then,
which has come in, but has it been able to solve the issue?
It will not solve the issue. It will manage the issue. That's
it managed it?
Well, I would say currently where the city is trading at, I would say, in my opinion, no. We should see some significant stability over a relatively long period before that will be assumed as having a positive effect. But when we issue, that's a quick one, when we issue our Eurobonds very soon, we should see some significant stability in terms of that 3 billion. Maybe it might be issued in tranches, we never know. But
so we actually wait to see what the president will be saying tomorrow, and do stick with Joy News for the updates. Now to the commodity market. Now crude oil went for $66.33 a barrel in the early hours of today after going down by just under $1. Cocoa rather went up by $11 from yesterday's trading, and it's now selling at $2,296 a ton. To our Joy Business polls, we've been asking President Akufo-Addo will deliver the State of the Nation address on Thursday. What do you think about government's economic performance? You either give a thumbs up or thumbs down. And the vote so far is 120, and the percentage that we have here, it's 57% for a thumbs up and 43% for thumbs down. So do join our polls and then give us your thoughts on that. So that's how we wrap up tonight on Business with me, Sandra Esenam. And do log on to our website, myjoyonline.com/business for more business updates. Thanks so much for your time and have a great evening.